Hello friends, my name is Abhishek Nandakumar Chavan. I am from Nashik. So our today's Viva topic is difference between compiler, assembler and interpreter. So we learn about step by step about compiler, interpreter and parameter. Then we see the difference between them. So what is compiler? The compiler converts high definition programming language into machine understanding language. It acts more like a translator. Compiler converts the whole code or program into the machine language at a time. Uh, it converts source code into compiler, then interpret sorry source code. Compilers take source code as input, compiles it, and gives intermediate machine code as a output and gives suitable output. Compiler indicates the errors. Next is interpreter. Like the compiler, the interpreter also converts high definition programs into the machine readable language, but the difference is convert program line by line, thus the scanning time is lower but overall execution time is higher. Next is assembler. Other than the high definition languages, there is another type of language called assembly language. Assembly language is like an in between of high definition language in and machine languages. It is also known as a low level language. The assembler helps to convert the assembly language into machine code language. It is also one type of converter or transformer. Uh, so we see the difference between them in detail. Uh, detail with the help of some parameters. The first parameter is conversion. Uh, Compile converts the high definition programming language into machine language or binary code. Interpreter converts the programming developed code into machine language or binary code. And assembler converts program written in the assembly language to the machine language or binary code. Means these all three uh, converters convert uh, respective languages to their binary codes. Next is scanning. Compiler scans entire program before converting it into binary code. Uh, Interpreter translates program line by line to equivalent machine code, and assembler source code into object code. Then in assembler converts source code into object code and then in machine code. Next parameter is error detection. uh, Compiler gives the full error report after whole scan. uh, Whole scan. Interpreter detects error line by line, and next is assembler detects errors in first phase. After fixation, the second phase starts. Next is next parameter is code generation. Intermediate code generation is done in case of compiler. uh, Interpreter has no intermediate code generation. There is an intermediate object code generation available in assembly languages or assembler. The next parameter is execution time. So compiler takes less execution time comparing with uh, interpreter and assembler. Uh, Assembler takes more execution time than compiler. Uh, Similarly, similarly, interpreter also takes more compile time. Uh, Similarly, interpreter takes more compile time. The examples of compiler R, C, C hash, Java, C++. The examples of interpreter are Python, Perl, PB, PostScript, Lisp, etc. And examples of assembler are GPS, GHU, GNU. Uh, this is all about the difference between compiler, assembler, and interpreter. Thank you.